Hey everybody, this is Rocket Olaf 3000 here. I'm really excited to start my YouTube channel. I'm going to talk about my favorite movies, such as The Tale of Despereaux, Star Wars, Frozen, and Guardians of the Galaxy. So you can see that in my channel. I'm really excited to start my channel. Talk to you guys later. This is Rocket Olaf 3000 out.
Well, it's been a while since I made one of these videos. Hey guys, it's Mr. Chillbillion here, and today's the day where I finally get to talk about a YouTuber that everyone's been waiting on, Mightypups Fanboy. I've had a few requests to talk about Mightypups Fanboy ever since his drama got out, and I was originally on the fence about it, mostly because of another YouTuber I had planned to talk about, and compared to previous entries, I'm not that deep with the Dakota lore, seeing as I find his content to be derivative and boring. What made me change my mind, however, was late 2024, when a few things came out about him that, without spoiling anything, revealed some shocking revelations that I don't see a lot of people talking about. Now, I know some of his fans are going to get upset at me for making this video, especially when he's taking a break off of YouTube, sorta. And all I can say is, if he didn't do any of the things that are going to be mentioned in this video, then he'd be off the hook. But because of the way he handled things last year, he is not free from criticism. Plus, he is cool with me making the video, so this should relieve all my initial concerns going in. So with that said, why was Mightypups Fanboy in hot water, and why are we hoping that the break he's on means a clean slate for him? Let's find out.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-chingery. Money, oh money, how I love thee.
To start off our list of Dakota's wrongdoings, we have the Subbots, or to anyone living under a rock, means you're paying for your subscriber count to go up. Now, Mightypups Fanboy doing Subbots was always a topic that remained in speculation, seeing as nobody had literal evidence to prove that he did Subbots. And the closest you can get to it is Pawxboxpc's video about the topic, to which, in response, Mightypups Fanboy got notably defensive about.
Expose yourself.
No.
Just expose yourself. Just
No. I can't hear you.
Then you're gonna.
I'm blind and deaf, bitch.
And despite me getting this information from a user that I don't think is around anymore, I still didn't know whether this was a strange coincidence or Mightypups Fanboy's just lying to cover his tracks. So, for a while now, Mightypups doing Subbots was all under speculation. That is until he made this video called My Reaction to My Secret Account Getting 100k, where he basically just exposed himself. This came across as a massive shock to everyone, as it confirmed that he's been doing this for 4 years and lied about it to Pawxboxpc. Even Party Planner Preston was heartbroken when he heard about all of this. It doesn't help how he handled the situation by saying that he didn't buy Subbots and blaming Ethan for his actions, which is not true at all. And all of his fans coming into defense of Dakota as if he's a misunderstood individual without realizing that he just lied and sold out to all of you. Why is Pawxboxpc talking about the situation more concerning than your favorite YouTuber doing fraudulent activities?
Just so you know, YouTube, after I get my play button, I think after a long, hard work, that's not proper grammar even then. I think I derive a 1-year break from YouTube so that way I can redeem myself after the crazy stuff I've been through, like the Deadwing Dork thing, But you didn't work for it. You bought it. You bought subscribers. You bought them. You didn't earn them.
Now, Dakota, if you're watching this, I don't get your definitive reasons for why you did Subbots, but from now on, you need to stop doing them altogether. You could face a community guideline strike for fraudulent activity, and while it does give you a big sub count, that doesn't mean people are watching your content every day. And as for the hate comments, it's better to ignore them or just take the more constructive ones in mind, because YouTubers, whether they're big or small, are going to get hated on all the time. So yes, this is just me saying that you wasted your time with the Subbots, and I hope you can learn something about this once you've returned from your break.
Fuck this challenge. Way more better than strays.
Prior to the making of this video, I did get a chance to see Dakota's content, and without sugarcoating anything, it's not good. There's too many short videos, his reviews have nothing insightful going on, his movie vlogs consist of him just going to the movie theater and then leaving the theater after the movie ends, he copies Lambo Rock Strikes Back, so pretty much he's just another channel that prioritizes quantity over quality, and going forward, he should just take his content more seriously. But if I left it at that, then this segment would be over. But I'm here to talk about another problem with Mightypups Fanboy's content. It has aged poorly over the years. To give you an idea on how bad this is, Dakota used to have a strange habit of saying derogatory slurs in a few of his videos. The most notorious one is how he handled his response to Pawxboxpc when he exposed him for the Subbots.
This video of why Mightypups Fanboy uses sub and view bots.
Shut up, bitch. Something's wrong with fishing with your channel because what you normally do during your nighttime when you normally sleep, you fucking masturbate.
You tried to cover your back by saying that you didn't buy Subbots. In the same video, you said an N-word, the F-slur, and also said a sexual comment towards a minor at the time.
It doesn't just end with the slurs. His movie vlogs are also up to question. A lot of people have talked about the Inside Out 2 vlog where he kissed his girlfriend without her consent.
Yeah, I did that.
Huh? I vlog?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm a professional vlogger, so.
Oh boy, oh dear, oh that was extremely uncomfortable. That was a very bad, that might be one of the worst kisses on YouTube right there. She doesn't really seem like she was necessarily saying yes to that or anything. I guess she didn't say no, but she doesn't look happy for it to have happened.
And while I agree that is pretty creepy, it's also an extension of his very inappropriate behavior on camera. There are movie vlogs of him screaming at the top of his lungs at the movie theater, and it's not exactly a good look for his behavior, especially when you know that he got a movie theater employee fired.
It's the second one on the right down the hall.
Thanks, man! What I said, very down! I've been waiting for this for so long! Guys, I'm inside my movie theater right now for Encanto, and there's no one. Guys! Am I the only person again for the third time? Guys! I'm the only person! So that's on this! Oh yeah! I'm the only person, baby! Woohoo! Yeah! I'm the only person! Guys! If I'm only the person again for the fifth time, stay tuned! Oh no! I was so close to being the only person again! Dickelberg!
Look, I get that being the first one in a movie theater is cool and all, but yelling and getting mad at another person when they come in is completely uncalled for, especially for the people working there. Movie theater etiquette, Dakota, you still gotta remember it. And then there's the more creepier side of Dakota. If it isn't obvious to everyone, Dakota is a massive fan of the show Paw Patrol. But the way he handles this obsession is flat out unhealthy. After the movie theater employee didn't want to be his movie buddy, he decided to use his Chase plushie by forming a blood bond with him, making him his blood brother. I am not making any of this up. It doesn't help that he got a Chase mascot to rub his exposed belly at Chuck E. Cheese, a place where a kid can be a kid. Mightypups Fanboy has been open to having a belly kink of some sort, which would not be a problem if it wasn't for the fact that he's doing it with underage characters. The worst one being Violet First's grandson Zachary, where he made a role-playing video with him. Mind you, Zachary was 5 at the time, and Dakota was 20 when he made that video. And he had this video for 4 years, even during the drama.
Honestly, for you to call me a pedophile stalker, you're a fucking pedophile stalker. Now, I was really going to use the FG word, but unfortunately, I think that's way too offensive and way too much.
While I haven't seen his other social media accounts, I have seen some of the stuff he's posted, and let's just say, it gets worse. Now I'm going to do the same thing as last video, where I show people a couple of images to accompany how horrifying this is. Be warned, this is what you're going to see on screen. So with that said, welcome to hell.
We have purple mode. Yo, most of the kids are filming the "Don't Touch Me" scene inside their house instead of in public. That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
It does. Like, for people like touching you in public, I cannot. That's one thing, but like doing that in their house, like that doesn't make any sense.
Do you realize that this shit is pedophilia and...
I'm sorry, Poppy. Sorry for flushing you down the toilet.
It's okay. I totally forgive you for that.
I know the Trolls Band Together fan stuff is getting old nowadays, but Mightypups Fanboy didn't do a great job at handling his hatred for him. Now, from my understanding of his timeline, he used to be a fan of him back in 2017 to 2020, up until the No Time to Die rant, the We Don't Talk About Bruno video, and his Spider-Verse rant, where he started to become another hater for his channel. And judging by the content that he's made about him, yeah, he's not too different from other people that I talked about. Let's get the elephant out of the room. The teasing. Otherwise known as, "How do you like me now, Trolls Band Together fan?" Nah. It might have been amusing for the first 3 videos, but when you have to repeat it again and again and again, it just gets annoying.
That was way better than Trolls Band Together! Hey, wait, that is not Fantastic One! This movie is way better than Trolls Band Together 2001!
Shut the fuck up, no one cares.
And even when he isn't repeating the phrase, the other times he tries to take jab at Alex are just unnecessary at best and way too far at worst. Now, let me clarify something. I am not the police for people who take jabs at Trolls Band Together fan 2001. I have done it, and I've seen a few others do it, and they are ruthless. But Mightypups Fanboy took it way too far by flushing a Poppy toy down the toilet, expressing his desire to beat him up and even die at one point, and going as far as wanting to Sonic advance him.
Ever since I think about him, the more I rage so fucking hard at him. It makes me want to punch right in the fucking balls. Justin, Daniel, and Zach and I, aka the Reservoir Stray Dog gangsters, will come to Fire, Ohio, track your account, will find you, I'll punch you in the face with a fucking sledgehammer, and bite your dick off for sure, incel fan.
And the last point of criticism that I'll bring up about Dakota is that He hated Trolls Band Together not for the movie itself, but because TBT fan praises it like it's the holy grail of animation. Now I understand that there are some people who can't watch a piece of media because another individual ruined it for them, but it was so obvious from the beginning that Dakota only did that rant just so he can get back at Alex for hating some of his favorite movies.
I have come face to face with my arch YouTube nemesis, and that is Trolls Band Together fan 2001.
And even if he was bothering you, then why couldn't you just not watch the movie altogether or ignore it and just watch it on your own terms? I mean, he does overpraise the Inside Out duology, and his haters still praise those movies. So there's no point in making a spiteful rant on his favorite movie of all time.
Now, it's our fan 2001. You are mine with my blood brother. See you in hell, you fucking bitch ass motherfucker. Hold on. Come on, it's our fan 2001. Die. Woohoo! Thank you, cheers, my blood brother. Wow. And told that your man totally fucking deserve that little bitch.
Someone in a previous video has asked me to revisit Trolls Band Together fan 2001. And I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not interested in doing another one. My beef with him has already run its course, and everyone and their mothers is already talking about him. And I hope that Mightypups Fanboy will hang up his beef for him and focus on doing other content. It's so obvious that he's not going to change, as most of his reviews are always based on his bias for a reviewer, as well as his unhealthy relationship with trolls.
No, I can't hear you.
Then you're gonna...
Say, you know what's worse than him milking the hate bandwagon? Him not being able to take criticism. Back then, if you were in any way critical of him, not only would he antagonize you for it, but he'd also send you a DMCA strike so that no one knows about his toxic behavior. This early discovery all started when Deadwing Dork decided to make a video about Dakota's Inside Out 2 vlog, to which in response, Mightypups Fanboy got so triggered over it that he put it in his Rost videos list and mentioned Deadwing Dork in videos that aren't even about him. And while I wasn't a fan of the video myself, there was no point in getting this insecure over it.
And honestly, I gotta say, the number one person on my list is definitely Deadwing Dork. Yeah, I had to meet out my language because this kid's here. As for a bonus, time to say goodbye to this freak. Since you did a rant on me, jerk, that's what I think about you. Bye-bye, fucking bitch.
This is where Pawxboxpc comes in. He made a video detailing Dakota's unhinged behavior, and in response, Mightypups thought it was a great idea to file multiple DMCA strikes against Ethan. This little process is what I'd like to call taking the coward's way out of criticism. This is where someone decides that they're going to take down a video because you dared to call them out. They don't put any effort to try and refute what was said in the video. They just want to take it down so they can act all innocent. And in this case, Mightypups Fanboy was unjustified to take down Ethan's video. I don't care if Ethan didn't put the fair use label. I can still watch his video and tell that he was giving out criticism. And as for the whole stealing your content claim, you are aware that fair use does allow copyrighted material to be used without the holder's permission, as long as it's done under criticism, which is clearly what Pawxboxpc was doing. And if that was the case, then I don't know if you should really be the one to talk about this, especially when you do reaction videos, and those could also be considered stealing content, since you're reacting to most of the stuff in it without the holder's permission. Meanwhile, Paw only uses a snippet of your videos to prove your questionable behavior. But Pawxboxpc isn't the only person to face this problem. The same thing happened with another YouTuber, MS57, when he made a commentary about Dakota, and that ended up getting a strike. And while not important, him and his fans did start to stalk me a little the moment I said I was going to make an actual video on Dakota. He made one of my community polls about his break. He praised the poster I did despite still hating me with a burning passion. And even one of his fans tried to use autism as an excuse for some of his actions. Except being on the spectrum doesn't excuse you of being a bully to other people and using fraudulent activities to cheat your way out of YouTube. That is an insult to people with autism. Overall, while I will give Dakota credit for the live stream he did, and he did allow Ethan and MS to keep their videos on him, that still doesn't change how he used to handle criticism back when he was on YouTube. And if you're getting called out for something, then you're getting called out. For this segment, we're going to be taking a break from Dakota and instead talking about another YouTuber that needs to get off the platform, Alejandro 100. Ah, that's better. Now, to those of you who don't know about Alejandro, he is the third user in this Lambo Rock Strikes Back and Mightypups Fanboy trinity, and is a close friend of Dakota ever since they met in 2022. However, he was not safe from backlash either. It all started with MS57 made a video where he exposed Alejandro for being extremely creepy, filming kids without their consent, or posting inappropriate material on his channel. In response, Alejandro has to deny up and down that he did such things. This is one of the biggest problems with Alejandro. He cannot take criticism. Whenever he receives any form of criticism, he always resorts to the same excuses like, it's my channel, I can do whatever I want, or if you don't like it, then don't watch it. Which, yes, it's your channel, but there's also a little thing called self-improvement. Something you have yet to do. Like, you claim you don't care about your haters, yet for most of the drama, you made a big deal over what me and MS57 have posted about you. I made 2 community posts about him, and while my posts are open for everyone to see, Alejandro had no reason to make videos about them, as it just makes you look insecure about any form of hate, and none of them were that deep. The SpongeBob post in particular was supposed to be a joke, but he has to take it way too seriously.
Anyways, when he said that I see anyone talking slightly bad about SpongeBob or anything Emerson winning, and I did a gif of crying, to be honest, that is not true at all.
I know he doesn't get upset over people not liking the show, but he makes videos and posts over anyone that's openly critical about SpongeBob, and I get the impression that you're not allowed to have a problem with the show, or else Alejandro will think you're channel forcing Nickelodeon to stop milking SpongeBob, which is where the satire comes in. And speaking of, that's the only thing he has against my channel, because he never explains why he finds my content mid, or why it's not as good as his friends' content. I've seen him interact with my content before, but it's only for more ammunition to dunk on that Frozen Wish Studios guy. And all I gotta ask is, are you sure you want to talk about Frozen's scummy behavior? There was a picture lurking around of Alejandro putting his hands on Bluey's private region, which is very creepy because not only is he roping the character, but he's also roping a person in that mascot suit. And when Ethan wanted to get on Alejandro's livestream to talk about this, he banned him solely so he can't be embarrassed by him.
Movie nerd. Anyways, Jeez. Wait, Xbox, what the heck?
What the hell?
Oh no, it's him. The guy who harassed Mighty Pups. Please, I don't even like that guy.
Me either, because he bullied Lambrook Strikes Back.
And Mighty Pups Fanboy as well.
I did ban him. I did ban him.
Okay, that was a dick move on Alejandro's part. Ethan barely got a chance to speak, and all of his friends are freaking out solely because he criticized their favorite YouTubers. Being embarrassed isn't a good excuse to block someone, because when have we not been embarrassed before in our lives? You don't even know how long Ethan's going to be on there, so you have no excuse to block new guests on your live streams. Meanwhile, on MS57's side, he continued his back and forth by making a SpongeBob-style call-out video, and a video telling Alejandro not to fast-forward everything. Of course, Alejandro denies all of it, make the same excuses to get out of criticism, and fast-forwarding everything so nobody can know the truth about him or Dakota. The only thing of note that happened in one of his responses is when MS talks about Dakota's creepy pup fascination, and out of nowhere, Alejandro gets grossed out by it. This eventually got the attention of Mighty Pups, where he made a video accusing MS of being a cyberbully, a stalker, and a creeper for him and Alejandro, thus slandering MS57's name even more. And the final nail in the coffin is when Pawxboxpc finally exposed Alejandro, to which he had to close up after that video was made, only to rebrand himself as that user who calls out other people's bad behavior. And he did all of this after what came out about him. Nowadays, Alejandro's reputation remains up in arms because, while he is taking a break from YouTube, it only lasts for 1 month, which isn't good enough. At least with Dakota, he's taking a year to reflect on his mistakes. Meanwhile, Alejandro's efforts to change have felt forced. After Paw called him out, he did this rebrand saying his past actions aren't canon, he threw his friend under the bus, and praised Ethan's video after writing him off for being a bully. And now he wants to act like this YouTube police for weirdos on the internet? Yeah, this guy deserves a 1-year break off YouTube as well. As it stands, Mightypups Fanboy is a YouTuber that has fallen from grace. From lying about Subbots for 4 years, to being inappropriate in your videos, to taking down anyone who dares to call you out, these reasons alone are something to reflect on during your break. Now, I don't want to end this on a low point because there is a little silver lining to all of this. Ever since the drama has died out, Party Planner Preston and Pawxboxpc have talked to Mighty Pups personally about taking a break from YouTube and seeking therapy, both of which Dakota has agreed to. And while it doesn't forgive some of the stuff he did in the past, he is making up for it by apologizing to MS57 for being a jerk and letting me go forward with this video. And if my video helps acknowledge Dakota's problems, then he'd be off the hook for a while now, because the last thing we need is more YouTubers who get called out, but they don't reflect on their problems. However, we will never know until next year, which is only 7 months away. So until then, I'm already done with this year. See you guys next time when I get to talk about Xerix.